Nick, welcome to Super Talk Show.
Hey,
So today we're going to start with a brief description about yourself. Yeah.
I'm Nick, 17 from Long Island. Um, I do well in business, I guess. A couple of business accolades along my region. Um, Won a couple of Mun awards. Generally don't think I'm that accomplished to be in such a prestigious talk show, but I'm happy being interviewed.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Can you start by talking about your experience in the business competition, maybe?
Yeah, I did one business competition for Long Island Business Teachers Association during my sophomore year. I wouldn't say it was that difficult. I got third place in college marketing. I was recommended by my college marketing teacher, who was apparently like the former business person of my school, which I didn't know until later when she wrote my recommendation letter. And then I won a couple of awards for FBLA, which is like an American.
Whoa, I know that competition. Future Business Leaders of America, I believe.
Yeah. So I won a couple of awards for the spring competitions, I believe.
Whoa.
That's what I think. For college accounting for third place, and then I think personal finance for first. Besides that, I guess I have a somewhat Model UN background. I wouldn't say that it's complete or it's that great, but I won a couple of verbal accommodations last year. And then I think at the end of 2021, I won a outstanding delegation award at Williams and Mary's. So, which I guess that was good, but just trying to improve.
Yeah, wow, that's a very cool accolade. Can you talk about a little bit more about the Future Business Leaders of America? So how did that competition work? Because most of our audience are international.
Yes, the Future Business Leaders of America.
Mhm.
Well, I joined that I joined the class, the high school group, I guess the freshman year of high school, and then everything went like COVID and online.
Right.
So everything got remote. So there wasn't many competitions until this year for junior. And then I applied in like an application form under my school. And then they just gave me 2 competitions on like a Saturday where I just completed and it wasn't like the most difficult like competitions. It was more of a general exam, like depicting up how much I understand. And I haven't really reviewed all the information in like accounting, and I haven't even taken personal finance as a class in high school. But I guess I did well against the 30, 40 people who were competing because I won an award. So I mean, that's good.
So what information were you tested on, since was it like general stuff or really deep economic knowledge?
For accounting, it was more accounting principles. I'm currently taking college accounting in my junior year, which I don't find the most difficult class. It's pretty
Well,
it's really not that hard. It's just debits and credits and all that nonsense. People make it seem like it's a lot harder than it is, but all you gotta know is that if like my expense is 500, that has to be debited, and then my cash gets credited. It's really simple stuff if you just look into it. No like statistics or no difficult variables or stuff. Frankly, I hate math, so I'll tell you that if I think accounting's easy, many people would think accounting's easy. So it was just accounting principles, maybe a couple of accounts I haven't heard of, but I just like used some like common guesses. And then personal finance, I felt a lot of personal finance was like general knowledge, or like if I had to say common sense. because it's just personal finance. But I feel like if I take the class next year, I'll probably do well in it. More likely, the way I want to go into business is maybe into a route for someone's like mental health, which I've like explored a little bit. I had like a couple of projects I'm working on mental health.
Mm-hmm. So you want
Like it's awareness.
what?
Can you repeat that?
Oh, so you're currently focused on mental health, but on the business side, so kind of like psychology and business at the same time, or how does that work?
I'll say that I would try to use my business oriented background to help others who struggle with mental illnesses.
Oh,
Um, that's one of the adventures that I'm looking into once I go to college. Try to help people since I'm a little more community based. I actually created a like a youth outbreak group for regarding mental health, which I like work with the guidance counselors that facilitate conversations and such with the guidance counselors so we can have a better understanding of like the general well-being and health of our school, well, the mental aspect of it, and our students. That's called like Glad Circle. It's we try to keep it generally small so we can have like what's say a more personalized approach so everyone could get their needs heard, and in case someone says something triggering or does something triggering, we can prevent it.
mhm. So if you've done research about your school, what's like some of the evidence you found or facts you found? Because mental health really is a huge topic in school communities.
Some research I found, I feel like the group that I've made has helped people's mental health um like tremendously, because a lot of the work is creating a more personal connection with the guidance counselors. It happens every Thursday after school, so not around where sports would happen, like a Friday where they would have competitions or such. So most people can generally come. We discuss how we feel, issues maybe with teachers or schoolwork and such, issues that we have at home, our families, to try creating a more personalized connection with the people. And then we discuss some coping strategies to deal with our issues so we can improve our well-being.
Mhm. Okay. I'm more interested in the FBLA thing. So in your school, how you were mentioning about you being involved in that community or that club when you were in freshman year. And so how did it really work when you guys met? So like what was going on in all of the club meetings? What did you do there basically?
I believe FBLA as a club is very business oriented. There's two major business clubs um, across the nation that I know of, FBLA and then DECA. I'm not sure what DECA stands for, but I believe that DECA is the bigger group. Um, FBLA has generally smaller competitions, less people around them, but it's more I would say more entertaining in itself. I know there's a school nearby that has a DECA club. We don't have a DECA club in my school. Um, and a lot of the competitions are more like free when they go to state. But I believe like the quality in FBLA is pretty decent. Pretty it's probably a lot better if you look into it.
Mhm.
I think
Okay.
both groups are good. It's just if you're looking to anything in business, it's really trying to create a more background for yourself, getting those awards, getting that experience, creating networking. And that's the whole points of these groups, to create that networking. So maybe in 5-10 years, you can hit somebody up in LinkedIn and be like, hey, what's up? I need a job. You know,
Mhm. Okay. And you've also mentioned DECA, which I've also heard of. Have you ever tried competing there or, getting involved in DECA?
I believe there's some competitions that FBLA and Becca kind of like go in both into. There was like a trade show competition, I believe, and both groups are part of that. During September, I wasn't a part of that. I think I was the backup, but they didn't need me at the time. So, but I know that a couple of people from the nearby school who are in the DECA club were also in that competition. So there's a couple of competitions that they interact with, but really they're like two separate like groups where we have two separate competitions. The culture is a little different too. I believe DECA is more like South Asian based, where FBLA has more of like a diverse demographic. This is all my speculation based off what I've seen, but yeah.
Mhm. So you've given already an advice to students engaged in business, just creating networking. What would be one more piece of advice you would leave to the super audience?
Super audience. I think the best piece of advice for somebody who hasn't accomplished a lot and is looking to accomplish more is that find any opportunity that you can seek, look into any internships that you're trying to reach for, join any mentorship groups, talk to people, network. Generally try to be enthusiastic and charismatic, if I said that word correctly. Just talk. If you talk to people, you're gonna have these connections. That's how I got here, because me and you, we saw each other at a Columbia debate,
Mhm.
and I guess I somehow got here. I have a couple of people I still talk to from that debate as well. It's those connections that you have that you gain by like just putting yourself out there. That's what I would tell the people in this group.